Hello, everybody. Sorry for the bit of a delayed start to the video. I have allergies and I sneeze. So yeah, right as I was about to hit it and say, okay, here we are. So, good morning, good morning, or afternoon, I guess. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. Thank you. I liked my hair better yesterday, but I got a little engrossed in Rosanna's video and past that window, you know, that hair window where like you have to blow dry your hair right during that little stack of time, or you're left with how it was. But anyways, if this is the first one of my videos that you've stumbled upon in the little corner of the World Wide Web known as YouTube, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I hope that you will find this informative and entertaining enough that you would want to hit the like button, consider subscribing, and change that notification bell to all so that you never miss the release of one of my videos. For the rest of you who are returning viewers, mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you. You're all my treasures, you know. So, oh, hi, Pearl. Mary and Georgina are already in the house. Hello, hello. We are going to be designing with bargain bead box. Now, I recorded a video yesterday, you guys. I'm kind of obsessed with the way the necklace came out and with the item that I used to make it. So I'm really excited to see you or to show you. But I'm excited to see you here too. Because I had that fossilized coral, the brown ones. You guys, the center of them look like little suns. So it's perfect, completely on theme for the Here Comes the Sun box. Plus, I think it was Beth who said that they are going to be doing a prize for the most on theme. And I don't know how you get any more on theme than these. So I can't wait to show you. But take it down to the mat, and then we'll get on with what we're gonna make today. So this is the necklace I made. I'm gonna hold Pixie up just a little bit higher so you can see. And this is what the fossil coral looks like up close. They look like little suns. So they're kind of perfect. They're the perfect color to go with the red agate. I showed how you could use a simple wire foil to make a necklace adjustable. If you're wondering if it will hold, all I'm holding is the foil itself. Shaking it pretty hard, it hasn't budged. So, if you're new and maybe don't like knots, great. You can knot this with an overhand knot. You can attach it with an overhand knot. You can do any of that stuff. And then all you need to do is like foil up what you would like do to use jump rings or whatever else. I think I have 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, 10 coils. And you're going to want to test, obviously, which mandrel you're going to want to use to make sure that both strands of the leather can fit through the wire, but aren't so loose that it just slides back down. So I gotta take my glasses off. It isn't over the head, but it's one of those that's like right there. And I'm glowing like Casper. You guys will be able to see this. So I just like the way that it is. I'm gonna turn this light down. Wrong way. That's better. So I'll just go ahead and leave that on. Except I gave myself a smudge. So I made that little ring in the middle with the loop up top and the loop down below. No, we are not barking. Just because Shay is does not mean you need to start. She's the only dog I don't have in here with me because if she was in here, she'd bark anyways. But the other ones, if they're in here with me, they don't bark because they know I'm safe, I guess. But so we are going to make a necklace today, and we'll probably make some other things. But we're going to go kind of similar, but I'll show you. The red agate was more red, and I went back and forth about whether to use that or the pink aventurine. And I decided to use the agate with those because it was more of like a deeper red. And the colors of the aventurine go really good with these little pink teardrops that have like a gold wash over the top. And we're going to make a little ring in the middle, kind of a sun, if you will. And then we will take the beads up the hello. Trying to remember what I was writing. Yeah, I even wore this one in the while I was recording the video because it's like it's beautiful citrine. So get in the mood because that's definitely sunlight itself. I put that on. So first things first, we're gonna want to pull out some wire. We're gonna want to use 24 gauge so that I can fit through the bead twice. Unless 22 gauge will go through a bead twice. That's all I needed to do is to just be able to go through a bead twice. Okay, so I want to see. If I hold the two pieces of 20 gauge wire, I get both of them to go through the center. Oh, yes, they will both go. Okay, well then I guess we can use 22, which makes me happy because I'd rather have a bit thicker wire than thinner because obviously we don't want to oh my goodness, words. We don't want it to be too flimsy. That's the word I was looking for. Okay, so I don't know why I tested that. That's not part of the focal. And I doubt there's room enough to get to 22 gig. Yeah, no. Okay, back to the 24. I was correct. I don't know how I just. The adventurine's not part of it. Oh, this shadow is gonna drive me bonkers. Uh-oh. Hmm. Hello, I'm back. Sorry, I don't know what happened. I wasn't liking the shadow of the boomstick, which I didn't have yesterday, so I don't understand why I have such a shadow today. But it's gonna drive me pretty bad. Hold on a second. Let me take this off so that I'm not like messing with it as it's moving. I'm hoping like I'll be able to get Pixie to stay more on the center of the mat and I can at the very least get the shadow off to one side. Okay, I think that. There we go. So we'll just be kind of at a little bit of an angle, which will be okay. I will just stay under camera. So we need to cut off a piece of 24 inch wire, probably I probably have about 6 to 8 inches here. And then all I'm going to do is alternate these little teardrop beads with a gold spacer bead in between it. And this will be our focal. I'm pretty sure I got these from Beadbox Bargains. I'm not entirely sure. I have green ones too, so I'm not. It might have been things that I ordered off their sister site, but we're just going to put these on here. I think I'm going to keep 2 out. I'm going to keep these 2 out so that we can make a pair of earrings to go with it. I haven't made the earrings for that other necklace yet. But I have quite a bit planned with those little fossil corals. The little like they're not really trunk, they're brios. That's what they are. But these will all be. Oh, I gotta put a bead on. And you might think that they're a little bit close to each other now, but when I connect the circle one side to the other, they'll be all splayed out more. Originally, I tried this with the larger 3 millimeters, and while I liked it, it wasn't what I was going. So there was too much taking away from these like beautiful teardrop beads. So I went ahead and went with the smaller 2 millimeter beads. Okay, so now I usually try to do this around something round. Makes it easier. That's a little bit too big of a circle. That's okay. We're then gonna take the opposite bead, and I'm just gonna go through this one little 2 millimeter bead if I can. I'm hoping I can. Yes, I can. It's a 24-gauge wire. And then I can just pull both sides of the wire, and it'll pull it in tight. And you'll see I'll have to mess with it a little bit to get it to look round, obviously. And then all I'm gonna do is pretend like these don't have a bead in the middle of them. And I'm gonna point one of these out to the side and one out to the top, and then I will make a loop to hang it from, obviously. Point this one that way and this one that way. And like I said, we're just gonna pretend like they don't have a little bead in between them. I'm gonna wrap this around twice, and then I'm gonna cinch those wraps up and make them more on top. Okay, and then we're going to cut this. And then we're going to make this one go back. Grab our round nose pliers. We're going to make a loop. Like so. Wait, why is that so loose? I did something wrong, folks. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know what I did. Yeah, I don't know what I did. If this wasn't 22, 24 gauge wire, I would try to manipulate my way out of that situation. But since it is the 24 gauge, I don't want to risk a weak point in my focal. Come on. So I would rather just start again. Thankfully, I string pretty quickly, even though I have to pick things up off the mat. But yes. Oh, sorry. I haven't said hello to everybody yet. Let's see. There's Beth. Best on theme, best design, best out of the box use, and 3 grand winners. Okay, cool. Love that. Thank you. My hubby got me a bunch of GG shirts, but yeah, we went a little over, but is the picture still fuzzy or did I fix it? Am I still on camera? I know I'm not on camera right now because I was talking. I'm gonna have to pick Pixie up, you guys. I'm gonna go play with that for a second. Hold on 1 second. It's down way too far. Ugh. And then I should be able to like adjust this a little bit better. Let's see. I was able to move Pixie over and up a little bit. We should think she's further up. A little bit further up. Anyways, we'll cut another, but it's not long enough. I just love when I do that. It probably would have been just long enough, but that's not any fun. Let's see if I can use this as a needle since it's well not for that bead. That bead said, no, thank you. See, that's a talent. Y'all that can just like sit there and pick up off the mat so quickly can't do it. I don't know why. And I try when I'm just doing stuff for myself or when I don't have the camera on, like if I'm doing a recorded video and I'm stopping it, it's still not high enough. Okay, hold on one more time. He's just not high enough. I almost keep hitting him and I don't have, um, so I think I'm just going to, okay. I think I got it right, but I just don't want to leave the camera on, not that you'd be able to tell me. I think this is a little bit better. We'll see. We're still not quiet, and we've got that darn shadow. I'll just try to behave. We need to get that other light set up again so that we just haven't done it because we keep thinking, oh, we'll have time to do this, we'll have time to do that. For those of you who are waiting for packages from me, thank you for being so patient. They're going out today. We could have dropped them off at the post office yesterday, but there have been so many problems with shipping over the last couple of months that I want them to go physically into the post office and have them all scanned. And hopefully that will help. I don't know that it necessarily will, but I'm hoping that it makes a difference. Well, no, I didn't probably. I held the sale too soon. So you guys were left kind of waiting. And you guys have been so patient and so kind. I probably should have not done a sale in February at all. It was the very last weekend, but I'm behind on my shipping now. Where did I put those are the 3mm. Did I put them away? Oh, they're right in front of my face. But that's typically where they are when I can't find things. If it's in a weird space that you'd never think something was, I can find it. Okay, so I'm hoping this is going to be big enough. I wanted enough to do earrings too, but I might need those other two to make it. Yeah, we'll do something with the adventuring. I'll figure it out. I just don't want this to be a little circle. I want it to be bigger. So that. I also found in my stash, which I thought I had it. I knew I had it in silver, but I purchased one of the larger, the little pendants that we got in this box. I have the mama to that. In my stash. So that'll be a fun video. Yeah, that's fun. Okay. I can grab my pliers and really tug on this. Well, as much as you want to tug on 24. Okay. I'm just going to pull them over each other. We're going to pop one out and one up. There's that little wrap. And then we can cut that wire off. Hope I wasn't off camera for all of that. If so, I apologize. I put the wire through the little 2mm ball going opposite ways. And now and then I just did this like a wrap loop. A little bit bigger. And then, how did I manage that? Somehow I was holding this in a really weird spot. Oops, nope, not around the bead. Okay, there we go. A little bit of a messy wrap to kind of hide that a little bit. And I'm going to cut this one. Actually, I don't think I do want a messy wrap. There we go. Yeah. At least not completely. That was way too big of a messy wrap. Okay. So here's our pendant. I'm going to kind of squish it around. So here's our pendant for this necklace. I love it. It's so pretty. Luckily, the focal I did on the video I'm going to release tomorrow morning, when I was recording, that was the third time I was doing it, and it worked out pretty well. Took a minute or two, but yes. I keep going in and out. I don't understand what you mean by fuzzy. If you're talking because of the blue coral beads, they look fuzzy even right up close. I mean, we either have to deal with the shadow or have that stuff over there. So let me try to get as much as I can off of this. I have to pull that for a reason. Okay, you didn't see me do this. Let's move that out of the way a little bit. I have like 3 things I'm in the middle of working on right there. So we'll just squish that stuff over a little bit. Okay, and now for the rest of the necklace, which I had not fully designed because I wasn't sure, 100% sure that this was going to work. But I have the rest of my adventuring. See, it looks so pretty with the oranges and the peaches. So there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I think I have 12. I have 13. Well, and then I have 2, 4. You are one of the fastest good ones. So you have 4, 6, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yeah, we've got plenty of these. Okay. So the other necklace that I did with the adventuring, I like block them in. I don't even know where I have that necklace. I'm pretty sure I blocked them in like quadrants of like 3 round, 3 rondelle. I don't want to do that again. I want to. I don't know. Now I'm trying to figure out where I go from here. I do know that my loop needs to be facing the other way, otherwise I can't attach it with the jump ring to whatever I'm going to do. And that's what I want to do. Otherwise I would have had to make more space right there, and I didn't want that. So, I think I'm gonna just jump in with these. I have daisy spacers right here that I can use as well. And these I'm not gonna use these ones specifically because some of the ones in there are like twice as thick as the others. And I had like some separated into a smaller container. And I don't want to do like a great big long necklace. I want to create a chain to go up and around the back with. Really pretty. I'm wondering, because I have these glass pearls that have the pinky peach color that you find like more in this. So, and I got these from Bead Box Bargain Box. No. No. Okay. If I can't find the already separated one, it's not hard to, again, right in front of my face. The best part is I actually picked this up off the mat. Anyways, these daisy spacers, I will show you, are not the typical ones you get when you like order a whole bunch. online. That's a double one. But I accidentally mixed the cheap ones in. Okay, good. So do you see the difference between the daisy spacer? This one, you can't even really tell what it is. This one is at least 2 times as thick. So those are the ones that well, sometimes I like a really thin one, and I actually did a bracelet where I did 2 thin ones on either side of a thick one, and it looked kind of cool because it was such a simple thing, but when you put them together, it looked really cool. Oh, I forgot to pull out string wire. Of course I did. Or I pulled my desk out. I wasn't sure if I was going to use some copper today. Then I decided to go with this. But on it, I hope you guys are gonna like the video for the other necklace. If nothing else, I hope that you guys see that if any of you have problems with knots or things of that nature, I want this to show that, like, yes, you can make the adjustable necklace without having to like try to pull it through the silicone slider, or if you don't want to use um the little silicone rings or whatever else, you can always do it. I also thought about, because last night, because when you get the bigger, like when you get into the bigger like daisy spacers, they normally have a larger hole. These ones aren't a huge hole, but I think you know the ones I mean. And I thought about it after the fact that it could have also looked cool to use those as part of the extender, but okay, so I'm going to need a jump ring to attach my pendant, because I didn't want it what's it called? I don't want it to get in the middle of, oh, why can I not talk? I don't want it to be hitting these beads when we get started, is what I was trying to do. So I need to create that little bit of extra length. So let's grab uh see, when I was little, that's what sound those things made. And that's the first time I've heard them make that noise since I've been using them. If they still made that noise like on a consistent, regular basis. Okay, I don't like the way that the oval jump ring is setting. It doesn't look like it's all the way closed. And since that loop is 20 gauge wire, I'm just going to take my jump ring and I'm going to kind of squish it down a little bit. I don't know if this is going to let me hold it so that I can get it into the groove so it doesn't turn. Nope. Okay. That's better. Okay, now it looks closed. That's what I find to be the case with a lot of oval jump rings, that they don't look like they're all the way closed when you put them on. And then obviously we're going to want some oh, Heather, I went through the loop and the jump ring instead of just the jump ring. There we go. I thought I got this tight enough that it was going to sit. It should. That's why I was pulling at both ends. Anyway, so I'm gonna grab some of the 3 millimeter ball spacers rather than use the other ones. Here's one. I'll just have them out. So I'm just going to use that and not the other ones. Dude, I swear I got out of bed and didn't screw my head on right today. I prefer to use bigger ones just to help it stay, to hold the loop up off the beading wire. But I might not have a choice. Oh, I forgot. I threw the carnelian or the red agate in that little spacer container. Okay, so we're gonna put a 3 millimeter on either side. On either side, like so. And then I have these, which the bigger version of these was part of a big box. You'll recognize them in the cream, the gray, and the ooh, the cream might be prettier actually. Well, won't know unless you try. I want to keep something in between. I just obviously then wouldn't use the like cloudier beads. We put the peach on. Let's see how I feel about the green. Let's see here. Okay. Daisy spacer. That. And one of the adventuring. We couldn't really use the lighter ones if I go that way. The peach isn't the right color anymore because of the difference. I have these little opal, but they're too like bubblegum pink. Ugh. I have this all figured out. Oh, we have Bead. I completely forgot about that. Completely. Okay, well, you can go off and do your own thing. Your services will not be needed any further. Yay, I'm happy. There we go, because this isn't like a pure cream either, because it's got the like wash over it. So that will be very pretty. And then we go like that, and let's put one of these on first. And then we can put on another daisy spacer on the other side. Put on a crystal and then a gold spacer. And then what we'll do is we'll then repeat this. I think I have enough of the 3 millimeter to make this work. So we'll put the little 2 millimeter spacer, and then we'll go to the 3 millimeter, back to the 2 millimeter, and then the crystal again. Like so. And then this time we'll use the adventuring, or the round. Oops, forgot the daisy spacer. Okay, pearls. I'm going to be doing the pearls, I was thinking, but I don't know. Pearls are definitely, okay, so you guys are talking about the little series we're going to do. Ooh, turquoise would be really pretty. I'm going to have to send you the link for the walnut beads I have right now, Beth, because I think they would be perfect in like a beachy type situation. Like that, and then we're going to go 2, 3, 2. I should probably count how many of these 3 millimeter spacers I have left. Well, there's 4 on the floor now, at least, but I have more than enough to do the little repeat in between each section. And I may not use the darkest of the adventuring, only because I don't know how I like the 2 of those together. So I know that they would be sort of separated, but not enough for my liking. So we're going to do a crystal, a daisy spacer, and then we're going to go back to a rondelle. Plus, I don't have a ton of rondelles anyway. So I don't think that we're going to need to get into the darkest ones. I think I'm going to use the white and the like more cloudy aspects of it. But I think it goes really good with this. So taking the crystal and around. And we're just going to keep this pattern going until we get back to the okay, so this is that one. This guy. There. Hmm. I'm not liking these 3 rondelle or these 4 rondelles. They look dirty to me, so I really don't think I want to use those. So I have to have a cloudy one for the side, and more of the peach one, and then I'll go to these. I wish I had one more in this color. I only have like that one. But if they're on opposite sides, maybe it will end up being okay. Or use these two. Yeah, I just don't like the way these ones look. So I'm wondering if I should spread out the rondelles, like maybe do. No, it just really needs to be. I'm gonna make a change with the back. That's how we're gonna solve this. Yes, I'm gonna do a chain around the back. Go ahead and do that. Another daisy spacer. And what am I missing? What is romanesque? Ooh, coral would be pretty. I've got a bunch. Driftwood, no sure. Okay, I have a little red stone heart. I think I have one more. Ooh, that would be pretty. Yes, sea glass. Yes, yes, yes. Well, Linda, there's nothing saying that you can't be part of the series with us. You know, with all things technology, you could do it as well and give us your spin on it. That could be fun. That could be a fun collaboration if you wanted to join the 3 of us. I have, but you're probably going to want these. If you do, I would send them to you. Those would be really pretty. And they have larger holes, so you could, don't hit the tripod. They have a larger hole, so you could even put them on some leather. So I'd be more than happy to donate these to the cause. How did I know that? How could I possibly know that? Some bone beads mixed in with these would be really pretty as well. In my humble opinion, of course. Okay. I think this will likely be the last repeat. On this side, and then I'll touch it up on the other side. Since I'm running low on carnelian on the rondelles. But that's okay because I wanted to do a chain anyways. I have these itty bitty oval jump rings that I will probably never be able to use in a like as a jump ring. So I'm going to put those with some larger ones and make a chain with them because they're just that little. Uh, and that frustrating. So, oh, I will show you in just a moment. Crystals. Sir. I also have those ones that look like the little fairy ears that you do, Rosanna. I have those. I have some like big, I have some beautiful seashells, but Beth probably has plenty of seashells since she lives at the beach, basically. It's not anything difficult. We're just each taking like a different spin on wedding jewelry. So, and then I kind of challenged each of us to try to come up with at least one item that can then be used forward and not literally not the jewelry part. So we could go over that challenge. And I don't know, because the only idea I had I already gave to Rosanna, because it's right up her alley. So back to the picture. There you go. That's what I always say. Like during the summertime, having that handicap placard, really nice. But you don't have to walk as far. Although some places where they put the handicap parking makes no sense. Like at our local post office, we literally have to go down all the way down to the end of this really long ramp, and then we have to go all the way up on the ramp. Whereas if somebody's just parked normally, they can park directly in front of the door. Why did you do that, Heather? But yeah. There was a kid on Shark Tank a while back who had the idea that he wanted to create this app that kind of told people how accessible um, different like hotels or restaurants or whatever the case may be. And you, as the users, use the app more and more and left reviews, like the more businesses would be up on the would be up on the website or the app. That's what I'm trying to say. It was a really cool idea. He got that, I mean, like somebody bid on his idea or whatnot. I just don't know whatever happened to the app. So I don't know, maybe I'll have to go take a gander through that. But I believe it was an iOS or Apple, but I could be wrong. See, I gotta try to figure out which like vendor I got these really thick daisy spacers from because they're very nice. I like them a lot. Okay. So we're caught up with the other side now. Let me see what we have left in the rockets real quick. I believe we are all even. Yes. No. Oh, I put two rondelles in a row here. Instead of putting the adventure. Well, gotta check. Yeah, they should be close to the door, but the thing that pisses me off is that they will have more, ever since COVID, there are more like pickup parking spaces right there, and they only have the minimum number of handicap spots that they're required to. And Arizona's are low, like they're not the national, anywhere close to the national average, which makes no sense to me because, we're inundated with snowbirds for half the year. What was a great idea, Beth? The series, I think we'll have fun with it. I really do. Okay, so now, oh no, I need the peachy one, peachier color. That's why. No, wait. Um, I we could put those two rondelles on. They're not going to be matchy matchy, but it would give us a little bit more length. I like Randy's take on like multi-strand necklaces on how it's just like the second one is just from here to here rather than like having it up this high. I like how she does that. The one she made today was very pretty. So if you didn't get to catch her live, you should go watch it because it's very pretty. She did the deerskin leather and made hers adjustable as well. We're all in that like leather era right now. Um, Part of the year when you start thinking about stuff like that. I know my necklaces tend to be shorter when I'm thinking about the summertime, but that's why I like doing adjustables because then you have the option of having like not having the beads along the back. Okay, guys, what can I do to make this stiffer? I know when it's on, it's not gonna be like folding it backwards like that, but yeah. Okay, you manifest away. Exactly, everywhere. Sun City, the number of mobile park homes that are 55 and over, there's a lot. So yes. I am also manifesting, but I want to get to 1,000 this year. That's my goal. Okay. I think I do want to go ahead. Going back and forth. I mean, if any of you know of a way to get this stiffer, I'd like it. I didn't like how spaced out these were when I was using the 3mm. And it's funny because, of course, I have one more right there. But I couldn't, I couldn't have two of them sitting off to the side right here. So I could still make the earrings I wanted to. I tried to pull the wire as tight as I could. The only other thing I could even think of doing would be to go like around it with wire, but I don't feel like there's enough space to necessarily do that. Because I think the smallest gold wire I have is 24. Ideas. Drop it from the center of the focal. Drop what from the center of the focal? If I have 20, I believe I do have 26 gauge gold wire. I do, right here. I could go around the entire focal and wrap wire around, and in between. I would obviously take it off to do so. You think that would work? You more experienced wire people, Linda, Rosanna, anyone else in the house? Because it is only 26 gauge wire, so it's very thin, but it's not like it's 30 gauge. And I'd hate to get like halfway and prove that there just really wasn't enough room. Oh, could you possibly put tiny drops of gold beads to make it stiff between? Oh, of glue? Hmm, I don't know. I know when it's laying on the chest, it's not going to do that. Um, it's just what other teardrop? Oh, one of the little bamboos or the little fossil coral. Yes, I could probably do that as long as there's not an even number. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. There is an even number, so there's no designated like halfway point. That's not true. I could do 8 on one side and 8 on the other. I don't know what I was just thinking in my head. That was like I don't know. Hmm. I think it'll be okay. I might play with it a little bit later, but I don't want to take up too much time with it. Now you want to do the chain heather. Stop trying to add more beads. Okay. Spacer. Okay, so let me grab those oval jump rings I was speaking of. They're real lips. Like, see how itty bitty thin those are? There's, you can't, I'm telling you, you can't use them for much. Like, you guys wouldn't even know what they were if I didn't tell you first. Okay, so I have another set of really thin ones, which I don't understand, but I don't want to use both on the same necklace. So I'm probably going to use these. Those, if I go down to any bigger, then I don't know that they're going to get fired. So, stay here. I will open a jump ring. I want two since they're so thin. See how that looks. Make sure it fits nice. These aren't too thick. It's staying fluid. It doesn't feel like stiff. This one doesn't want to stay. There we go. Okay. And then, oh wait, no, you should have added two more onto it, Heather. I don't know, this chain might take forever to finish. I didn't think of that aspect of it. And the like, yeah, this will take forever. So this will be a chain I put together prior to doing a tutorial. Still gonna be a chain. Because I don't know what else I'd use it for. Use them for. Okay. So my other favorite kind of jump ring chains are when I go back and forth between oval and round. I'm probably going to, let's see here. Do we want really big loops or little loops? That is the question. Are these ovals would then be too thin? I can go up to the very next size. And have a little bit thicker. Use these to make chain for up and around the back. Aww. It needs something, huh? What? You don't think it? You think the necklace needs something? Because I used all the lighter colors. Think I didn't go up high enough or what? Okay, almost closed. Around. So the focal needs something more. Yeah, that's kind of what I was afraid of. You aren't seeing the wash over these beads very well. I could put one up close with that one that I found on the side. So it has a lot more visual interest up close. But like I said, I hung something in the middle of the ring on the other necklace, so I didn't want to. I just wanted to be a little sun. That's all it was supposed to be. So I don't know what I'd add to it. Unless, like I said, I went around and put like 26 gauge wire and made it look like the inside was woven. So it was more filled in. I mean, I could try that. It would kind of kill two birds with one stone, as I like to say. Looking for a moment while I continue joining jump rings. Anybody else has any other ideas of how we could jazz up the vocal a little bit? I'd love to hear. Maybe they're two different thickness of jump rings in the same spot. What's that? Some of them are like 18 gauge and other ones are a lot thinner. I'm not sure why. Somebody might have been trying to help and didn't realize that they were. They may have been the same size, but not the same size. Or I just dumped them all in the same container, not paying attention. Both are very feasible, so yes. A shiny crystal in the middle. Um, I'm trying to think where they are. Um, Let me take a quick peek over on the only thing I'm seeing right here is I do have these like acrylic balloon beads that are clear but have like the gold, not that one, like how it's clear but it's got the gold wash. But that's an acrylic bead, which I'm not saying that it wouldn't work because I like them. I use these in snowflakes. Let me, I'm trying to think if I have any like sun shaped something. Or maybe I just take this off and put the sun pendant on it and hold this off for another day because I have one of the, because I have that. I could just put the bigger sun. This isn't big enough for the sun to go in the middle. This one be? Or I could do that. Yeah, it does fit in there perfectly. Okay. Well, then that's what we're going to do. I am going to take the focal off. I'm going to clip these also so I don't dump all of my beads off while I'm removing the focal. So I don't want to mess with it while it's still attached to the necklace. Wow. This side. Okay, so we'll take that off. I just don't know if this would have been better to do like I did the other one where there were two loops. I'm afraid it's not gonna sit in the center. It's also not very easy to get on here. Where did the jump ring to it go? I know this wasn't it. Yeah, this is the one to attach it to that thing. It's all gonna depend on how this lays. I feel like I would have to restring this. No. Ah, I smell so on my water. Okay, let's try that again. I want both pairs of my wider flies because this is like an 18 gauge jump ring. That's like pretty much the perfect size for that, for it being in the center. Of course, I'm not mad at you. I was asking. You like it without the sun in the middle? I'm going back and forth. Um, the only reason I'm going back and forth is because it's not going to hang centrally. Because it's going to have to be on one side of the hoop. Because there, or the loop right here, because there's not space. There's that little gold spacer ball in the middle. So it doesn't really leave it room for it to lie below the other loop. So, like I said, I would have to probably restring the center part, which isn't a problem. I don't mind doing. I would just need to do like I did on the other necklace and create the loop itself. So that when I made the hoop, there's a loop up top and a loop that goes down to the middle. So just use and forget about the bead ring. Well, I don't think I'm gonna make a decision on this right now because I don't know exactly what I want to do with it. Like I said, if there was a little bit more room, it would have been pretty to kind of weave like the 26 gauge wire in and across. Um, that is right. I could just attach that. Yeah, I don't know which way I like it. I'm stuck. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Hi, Cheryl. Exactly, Rosanna. I think it is time to set it to the side and figure it out. Obviously, when it's finished, I will show all of you how it turns out and what the end result is. So, you do you. Okay. Where's my other waterfall? My face says what all? That I'm frustrated because I can't figure this out? Yeah. But it's okay. I will figure it out one way or another. But thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm normally not a person that likes this kind, or I didn't think I was. The kind of person that likes this. I think because I use like all small ones, it's not like laying out as far. So it's not like I've seen some. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna try leaving in the middle first, um, and see how I like that. And if I like that as like the center of it, that would be cool. I could even, I just think I'm gonna need to leave space if I do that, like restring it and leave space. Um, and possibly even put like two of the spacer beads in between and then weave through the middle of those all the way around. So my brain is spinning in my head with different ideas. That's why I can't like make a decision on it right now. But yeah, it is what it is. I know we all have those days. Um, I had most of a recording done the other day and got halfway through and I'm like, I'm not gonna be happy with this video. I need to just so I just restarted it. So we'll do it. Yeah, I want it to be pretty. I'm like trying to figure it out. But yeah. Anyways, I missed a bunch of the conversation about the uh wedding series. So, did I miss anything important? Um, but no, but Linda, if you would want to do it with us, we're gonna we were gonna do like a live kickoff with all of us to kind of talk about the series and to like pop ideas out there and all of that kind of thing. See now I'm thinking. Sorry, my brain just went squirrel. I think I have itty bitty bicones that are these six. I'm holding my hand under the camera. That are just like the really light tan. I have itty bitty little bicone ones, and that might be pretty. To go like through the center of the sun to give it some sparkle. Or I could get like some 2 millimeter, like itty bitty beads. I have to go down to Bernie's either way today, so maybe I'll see what he has in the way of like some itty bitties, and then I could put those on the wire, going across the middle filling in the middle area of the sun. So I'm gonna have to go see what he has, because that would give it more sparkle as well. But yeah, anyways. We just have to make that decision, Beth. We didn't get far enough in the conversation earlier to figure out. I don't want to wait too long because I'm also seeing this as it can also be helpful for like prom jewelry as well, different ideas, things that can go beyond just the wedding scene. But I thought if we each did like a design that was a bridesmaid's like gifts or whatever, that would be pretty cool. So, but yeah. See, I was worried this wasn't gonna lay right, and it's laying just fine. So that's what I don't know. Anyways, I will be posting that video probably tomorrow morning, and then we'll have Wednesday night wind down in the evening time. And then Thursday will just kind of depend on how I feel. That's exactly what I was just thinking about. Yes. I do, but itty bitty sunstone. The hay shoes won't work. Because I was already like, did I just use those? And yes, Linda's also correct that I could make my own sun like wire configuration in the middle. But I'll figure it out. I hope that if nothing else, some of you got some good ideas earlier. Oh, you want to? I understand what you're saying, Beth. Beth, you want a strand of the sunstone hayseeds, and you want a strand of the blue black pearls. Okay, now I get it. I was like, wait, black? How would that look good in the middle of the sun? I got it. We'll talk. But anyways, I did get some gorgeous, like AAA grade sunstone hayseeds that are absolutely fabulous. So I'm sure I can find something small and pretty in the same line. So yeah, and if any of you guys are looking for something specific, let me know, and we can always add stuff. Oh, you sold stuff, so now you can shop with me. That worked. All right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, your evening, whatever it is, whenever you're catching this. If you weren't able to live, thank you. If you guys would mind hitting the like button as you go about your day, and maybe leave me a comment on some things that you would like to see me do. I will always take ideas. So, but as always, you guys, happy beading.